Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakha Qudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, peace, safety, and salutation to the hopeful lake that's put in this word, truth, and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom. I want to do this lesson going into this video. Major prophecy happening right now. It says Russian missiles strike Poland and the concerning new development in the war in Ukraine. I'm just going to go ahead and play the video.
Back now on Sunrise with more on our breaking news. Russian missiles have struck Poland this morning in a concerning new development in the war in Ukraine. Let's go live to 7 News Europe correspondent Sarah Greenhalgh. Sarah, with Poland being a member of NATO, this could have major implications because NATO says they come to protect their own, don't they?
That's exactly right, Koshi. Good morning. So Article 5 states that essentially an attack on one NATO member is an attack on all members. And given that Poland is one of the 30 member states of this military alliance, as you correctly said before, the world is basically holding its breath now to see how NATO will respond. This is really the alliance's first big test, given that the West has shown no appetite so far for this war in Ukraine to extend beyond Ukraine's borders. But today, according to a senior US official, 2 Russian missiles have hit a grain dryer, a farm on the Polish side of the Polish-Ukrainian border, killing 2 people. Again, there's still a lot of details coming through at this stage. The Polish Prime Minister is said to have convened an urgent security meeting that is happening right now. We know that the G20 leaders, a lot of those leaders also in NATO, are currently all together in Bali. So we will be hearing a lot more, but this is a really major test. It's also unclear whether this was deliberate or an accident. A lot of people have correctly pointed out that a lot of people fear that this would happen one day, Koshi, given that Russia has been launching missiles right across Ukraine, including in the far west near Lviv, which is incredibly close to the Polish border.
All right, all the meetings happening at the moment. Sarah, keep us up to date. Really sensitive.
You see that? Hey, World War III is right around the corner, man. I'm going to get straight to the scriptures. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 14. And it reads, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. I'm reading it again. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. So World War II already passed, but there's another war coming, which is World War III, which is right around the corner. You got Russia going against Ukraine. You got China going against Taiwan, so on and so forth. So World War III is right around the corner. Prophecy is starting to pop out like popcorn, like the Elder Rakah states. I'm going to get the book of Matthew 24 and verse 16. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilence, and earthquakes, in divers places. Verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrows. I'm reading it again. The book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Are you right now hearing wars and rumors of wars? But that's starting to play into action, because you're starting to see the action part of it, which is going to escalate to World War III. But before World War III breaks out, Jacob's trouble has to come to pass, and the MOTB has to be implemented for World War III to fully escalate, because World War III is not going to fully escalate until that MOTB, the Karagma, is implemented. But it says, but the end is not yet, for nations to rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Are you not seeing nation rise against nation? You got China and Taiwan. You got Russia versus Ukraine. You got Russia planning to go to war with America, so on and so forth, man. These things are happening in this time. We're living in the last days. All these are beginning of sorrows. Salakia. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 9, verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments roared and blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. I'm reading that again. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 9, verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments roared, and blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Talking about there's going to be a nuclear war that's going to happen. Back then in ancient times, men went to war with axes, with spears, with knives. But this is going to be with confused and burning fuel of fire, talking about there's going to be a nuclear war. Because here in this generation, they have new weaponry than in ancient times. In ancient times, men who were killing each other were just with weapons. But now they have weapons of mass destruction. But this is going to be a nuclear war, man. And having a nuclear war is going to annihilate countries. That's what the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shema Shah, is going to do. This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 9. Matter of fact, I'm going to get this. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes, which is talking about the so-called Russians. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. That's right. They're not going to delight in gold or money. They're just going to be wanting to take this place out, because America is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles. All these nations, they're all going to shoot their missiles here and destroy this place. Joel chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. So the Lord is telling these nations to go to war. Let all the mighty men come up and go to war and draw near. Because the Lord is leading these nations to go against one another so we can rule. The Lord is going to make these nations go to war. And this has to be fulfilled. World War III has to take place before Yahushua returns. And all these nations are all going to start fighting each other when they see the Heavenly Father come in them chairs and so-called UFOs, and they're going to be trying to fight against the Lord, and they're all going to lose miserably. I'm talking about miserably. Verse 10. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I'm strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen. Assemble yourselves, verse 11. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahweh Shema Shah. Yeah, that's about it, man. Hey, World War III is coming very soon, man. And it's right around the corner. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakak, the honors of the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom. Detail, Baba Ball. Shalom.